everyone. I'm so sorry for the delay. I've been waiting to try to get in touch with Amanda. I see her in my chat. I have a link for her, and I just don't know how to give it to her. I can't find her email. I can't. I've been like, email me. I've been trying everything. So I'm so sorry about this. This is the great thing about our community is that it keeps our contact information really private. So, Amanda Lovewheel, I am trying to get you to join me so we could share. I have a link for you so that you can join with me and so we could actually do these readings together. Um, that's you behind me. So I am looking to see. You don't have to see my just turn it a little bit. Um so sorry for the delay. I did mean, yeah, there you are. So I commented under your video that said email me at, and I think it was like Vicky Martin MUA. That's right. So I don't have your email. I don't have any way to contact you. So if you can possibly, I have it copied on my phone. I don't want to leave it here in the chat because anybody with the link could actually try to get in. So it's only supposed to be for you. Um, is there a way that you can email the email like your I made a comment under your video with my email address? Maybe you could contact me. I'm just trying to figure out. Sorry for the delay, everybody. And sorry. I just went and sent you email address and then I'll send you the link from there. I don't know how else to give it to you. Um um sorry, I'm just looking for Use it should say bring on. Sorry, there's so many people here. And I want to start the readings. I'm trying to bring Amanda in so that she could do readings with us. Okay, that's great. I'm just looking for where um so this is why I didn't come on was because before we were starting this, I was trying to get the link to Amanda and it's on my phone. And now that I started on my phone. So I'm just trying to think of how to do this without actually losing you. So if anybody loses this live, we're just gonna start a new one right away and she'll have my link, but that's the only thing I can do. Um, because I don't think I can do this with you here. Let me see. Um, Hmm. Oh, Amanda, I might be able to do it right here. Yes. All right. I have the link. Hey, Wendy Scream. Sorry for a little delay, everybody. I'm just trying to get Amanda to be joining me here. She's going to do readings with me. So, all right, just 1 second. I'm going to check my emails here, Amanda. I think we're just about done. Um, I'm just going to check my emails. Hmm. I don't see your email. Huh. I'm sorry. I'm trying to uh, I I I don't know what to do here. All right. So, Amanda, unfortunately, I don't have an email address to send you this link, and I don't know how to send you this link. And I'm checking my email, and it's not showing that you sent me anything. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to get it to you. I really don't know how. I'm checking my emails, I'm checking everything here. Um, I checked my junk folder. I just did. I just checked my junk. I checked everything. I'm checking everything. Um, my email. Hmm. All right. So I'm checking my junk email. Yeah, it's not in there. I'm checking my inbox. Oh, there you are. Took long enough. All right. Just 1 sec. All right, just 1 second. I'm just sending this now. Amanda. All right. As an empty subject line, I just sent the link to your email. Hopefully it works. And I am going to keep that up for everybody who got delayed. I am so sorry. So sorry. Um, Hopefully Amanda will be able to join us very shortly now. Hey Maria. I have Amanda who is joining. I'm really excited. She is a reader as well. She has been supportive, joined me pretty well every single time I jump on and do lives. So I said, hey, Amanda, let's join. Hey, Carol, so nice for you to join me. So I thought it would be really, really great. We have the releasing blue moon taking place today. And I thought, ooh, wouldn't it be really lovely to get really deep into some readings, have another reader join me, and so we can really get in, and, like I know a couple of you, you're at my house. Okay. So well, in some ways you are. So it is wonderful. It is wonderful to do something where we can really have a great day celebrating beautiful weather, celebrating releasing, celebrating all sorts of things. Because I see quite a few of you have been really shifting into a brand new energy. Bye bye, Wendy. All right. So I only have a few of you here. I'm pretty sure Amanda's trying to figure out how to use the link, and hopefully it's working for her. All right, so I have a couple of cards decks that I'm going to use for this one. Usually I just use one deck, but I have a bunch of different things that I want to do. So, let's start here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Vicky Martin. And for those who are not familiar, I am a reader. I also have been coaching for probably about 18 years. Today we're not looking for, wistful answers. We're not even looking for sugar-coated promises. We want the truth. We want to know what is taking place. I like to read my readings where I strip away the illusions. I read what is between the lines. And you know what? When it comes to you and your person, I like to tell you what needs to be healed between the two of you. I don't want to give you a false narrative that you and your person are amazing together right now when you're not. Soulmates don't mean forever. Sometimes soulmates mean lessons. Sometimes there is something about you that you need to be authentic for yourself. And in most cases, you don't even know what has taken place. The cards here, they actually, they'll show you what needs to be healed. Maybe they're telling me what you are holding on to too tightly. Maybe something that you're avoiding. The only thing is, how are you standing in your power? Are you brave? Are you being honest with yourself? You know, Sometimes we don't want to look at the truth, and sometimes we don't know what is the truth. We've been gaslighted by so many people. Sometimes we think we're gaslighting ourselves. So, everybody, let's take a deep breath and set the intentions. And the intentions are, I am ready to release what no longer serves me and ready to step in to this new level of me finally choosing myself fully and being safe that those who are aligned with me, those, there is a narrative between me and them, that those that are joining me on my path will step through with me. And anybody who are no longer part of my journey can fall away. Let's begin on this new path. Oh, I was wondering what happened to your love wheel, Amanda. Now, I typed it in. I didn't double check to see if I spelled it right, but Let me see. I don't see it sent either. I don't see it sent either. And Mez, I've learned my lessons from past experiences. I would not be mistreated by anyone anymore. Yeah, exactly. Um, hey, Chicago. We love Chicago. I'm uh-oh. Amanda, just 1 second. Sorry, Amanda. I'm just seeing if I can send it here. Hmm. Right? I sent that hours ago. I was waiting for, that's why I set this originally for 11 and then I set it again for 1 and I thought, oh, I haven't heard from her yet. I kept on just checking my phone, looking for it. So let me see. Hmm. I'm wondering why my email is not working on my phone. Just 1 second. I got an idea. Is this working? All right. I thought I lost you guys. I'm just sending her the link. For some reason, it's not working on my phone while I have YouTube up. Yeah, I froze because I'm trying to send. This was really about me trying to get in contact with Amanda. I'm so sorry for the delay, everybody. But now it's showing Amanda you in there, so somehow it might be working. Yeah. All right. All right. You should get that because you should be able to get that now. There. Just 1 second. I'm just making sure. All right. Let's get started. All right. I'm just gonna probably have to edit that whole first part and take it out. And because that first period of time has been a little bit of a mess. All right. She's probably going to join here any moment. Meanwhile, who would like to get that first read? I'm finding my cards all over the place here. There we go. There she is.
Can you see me?
Ah,
That first
there you
period of
are.
time has been a little bit bad. Let me turn this down. Oh, because I can't go on my laptop either. So I have to.
Yeah.
All right. Let me put this here. I'm not used to this. Let me find something to hold this up.
It's okay. So what we'll do is after this is all done and recorded, I'm going to go and just edit and remove that first part of the video where we're
Okay.
struggling with trying to find each other. Now that I have your email,
Okay.
and in the future, if I go and decide to bring anybody else on, you definitely have to provide me a way that I can contact and send the link because the link is important. I had no way of contacting you, and I've been just like sending
I,
like troll, hey.
and I had emailed you, oh God, a few months ago. I think you were giving away a book, and I emailed you, but you wouldn't remember that. So that was
You
a long
you
while
may
back.
have contacted me through my website, and so in there may be emails in there, but I didn't go into like I have two websites. So in that one website, I would have to go and search and see which one was you, and because I remember I give away a lot of free stuff in that website, so there's a possibility you're probably in there, um, but you're not the probably it wouldn't be very clear if I was reaching the right person. The good thing is we both it looks like we have the same last name. So it's a little easy to find you that way.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
do.
All right. So what time is it? 24 minutes into it. We're gonna start. All right. Now, I brought out a whole bunch of my favorite cards that I like to work with. I'm really excited about today. I hope we can all just have some fun, celebrate. The sun is great, and just have a hangout, right? Like we're just in each other's homes, and it would be fun. I don't know how we're going to really do this, but I myself have particular type of love readings. I really want to focus a little bit on what is next steps because this is a big transition day. This is the blue moon. And so I've already witnessed already so many transitions that's happening. Even my own life is a big transitioning happening where I'm stepping into a different life. than I had a couple weeks ago. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy, right? So, I kind of want to focus on that. I wasn't going to charge anybody for this today's sessions. I think that this is just something that we can all just hang out and have a great party. And anybody who wishes to add Amanda to follow, I certainly would encourage you to do that. I haven't had a chance to really check out your readings. I know that she has been so amazing and has been basically popping into every single live. And I really like Amanda's energy, right? So I keep on saying, you know what, Amanda, you're gonna come and join me sometime because she's really, really great. And so I think this would be just a great way for everybody to check out what's going on. Actually, um, we're just like I said, we're winging it here. We don't have any kind of plan. So, um, if somebody wishes just to have a reading with a particular person, that's okay. If you wish to have both of us read you, I prefer that anyway. So this way we can both add into the mix of what we get. And um, there is one thing I like to state. Some people will sometimes ask questions that are very personal. I would rather that we ask like a little bit like a general love reading, or maybe, is this a twin flame or karmic? Those are kind of, we can kind of tap into those. Um, you know, what's going to happen over the next 3 months? That's kind of between us readers. If we want to reveal what we're seeing, what I really want to focus on is what's going on with yourself, what's going on with them, what are you mirroring, what are you projecting, maybe what needs to be released now, what's going to happen when you release that, and because really we all want to have, what is hidden, with all of those things are kind of come up for me. Amanda maybe does her readings a little different, so it'd be really great to see two different perspectives. um, now that now that we have a little bit of gravity of pulling us into our place, and we're being able to start now, starting now, does anybody want to volunteer? I haven't had a chance to go through the chat to see if anybody asked, and you do have to be present here. I do ask that. All right, so
I just want to jump in. So, like I did look up earlier, I got a whole thing with numbers. I don't know it. I've had it my entire life. I don't know what it is. So when I looked up, it was at 5 minutes exactly, and there was 5 people in the chat and 5 likes at the time. And then when I looked up again, it was 555, and then 5 people in the chat and 5 likes. And now I have all of these. Okay, let me close this. No, okay. The chat went up above this, but I have my laptop open so I can chat in there. But I guess I don't really need to chat in there.
I have
I'm not
mine
new
right
to the
behind
live.
us. I have mine right
Oh, okay.
behind us, right there. I have I had originally the picture that I had with me and you up there, but I thought sometimes the chat will flow so quickly and I can't see everything. So I'll use this chat in order to be able to check to see what's going on. So when I'm doing lives from my phone, it's really hard for me, that's why I have to rely on my moderators. Now, I do have my battery pack right here because my phone is depleted. I forgot to charge it a little while ago. And so I will be plugging in my phone soon. However, now I see Carol volunteering, but I also know Carol's doing a lot of releasing. I know Carol's doing a lot of releasing. So we may have to be gentle with Carol right now.
Okay.
I
I should.
had mine. My numbers were 111. I kept on, I feel I keep on getting my numbers, but my numbers are not coming up with readings. My numbers are coming up in a different direction with something else going on.
Okay. Actually, when you bring up 111, that is for me, my mother. When yeah, so I see 111 a lot, and that represents my mom.
Well, then your mom wanted to say that she was here joining us.
Yeah.
Because I said it's not really relating to me.
Okay.
All
And I
right.
did. I took out a few tarot decks and oracle decks, and so I have them all sitting here at the table. Yeah.
All right. Um, Before we get started, there's a message here I want to share with somebody, and I don't know who it's for. And for some reason, because I just heard in my head, flip all my decks over. And so someone needs to hear this message before we get started. And I'm just flipping all my decks over. And so, all right. So there is a message that is here for, and I'm looking for, okay, there is a message here for someone, and they're the let the past go. Their message is you can rewind, go back in time. You can even go back to before the two of you had broken up, but the past is what is holding you back from moving forward in the future. There is a block that's happening between you and this person. This person is absolutely tied to you in a past life, and that blockage is actually coming through in this current life. They may be creeping your profile. They may be creeping your Facebook. They may be watching you on social media, but they don't even know who they are anymore. They are feeling cold and detached from this connection. They can't feel any emotions right now. They've been inconsistent. They haven't been able to be predictable in their contact. But I'm seeing here, don't be so quick to count them out. Um, you have to be open and give them a fair chance when they do contact you. They are clearing through this blue moon, clearing some negative energy from past lives and from the past before you two broken up that has come up to be ready to be cleared now. It is the block that has been interfering both of you. Um, they know that there are some belief systems that they have been working towards breaking free from, and those limited beliefs are part of the trap, and that is why that has to go now. But yeah, I'm getting that there is movement that is happening based on a block. I don't know if you block them. I don't know if there is a block that had to happen. I don't know if there was something that you had to just let go of or stop what was going on in the past. And know that it was not your work, it was theirs. And it's from your past life. Happy Sunday to you, pretty in pink.
And Sensei, 5 is your number. That's good. That's good. I saw lots of fives.
Yeah. Um,
And I
I
think I think your reading was for me.
Actually, I felt that for more than one person. That's
Oh,
why I didn't want to generalize that.
uh,
Actually, I was going to
no.
do a reading for you before we go anyway today.
Okay. Yeah, so far I've only had one video that I posted, and then I did one live, and then I just did some oracle cards today on my channel. And like I had to even figure out how to use the webcam, like the camera on my laptop, because I never used it other than if I'm FaceTiming with somebody. And so yeah, I just went with it, and I've been reading. My mom used to go to a neighbor who was a reader when I was about 9, 10 years old. And so I learned by watching her, and I got my first deck when I was 11. And I used to do readings a lot when I was younger, and then I took a long pause from it. Yeah, a very long pause. And then when I went on my healing journey, I went back to everything because I just had to go back to my culture and tradition. And I'm from New Brunswick here in Canada, and
Yes, I know people in New Brunswick. I'm from Nova Scotia.
I'm First Nations. I'm Mi'kmaq, and so yeah, when I had to go out to heal again, I went back to my culture and traditions and straight spirituality, and I started letting my messages come through from the abilities and gifts that I had when I was a child. And so I've just been on this journey for I don't know how many years now. Maybe I kind of lost track, and I just straight to healing, and that's what it is all about. And so I've learned a lot about the soul connections and everything during this time. And yeah, that was all new for me. And so that whole soul connection for me is a little, I don't know. I even had to text last night, and I was like, this I've never acted this way before. I don't understand what's happening to me. And it's difficult. It is really, you know, because I've been married to my husband for over 30 years, you know. Well, not married, but we've been together over 30 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And actually, I think I might even post. Somebody just finished my daughter's wedding bouquet. She's getting married in June, and so she's just finishing up her beaded bouquet. And I was like, it's so beautiful. It's so much more beautiful than mine, I think. And so yeah, I'm all about love. I love to love, and now I had to find out about heartbreak and all that. But it was good because I guess you know I never really opened myself up to be vulnerable, and I had to do that. And then I had to get hurt, and I had to learn that it's okay to still be vulnerable.
I am a big believer in ascendant relationships. I've been coaching them for 18 years. I believe in twin flames. I believe in karmic. I believe in catalysts. I believe in soulmates. I believe that we all have our life partner. I believe that when we are not our authentic self, our mirror, whether it's karmic or twin flame, will show up. They will come to us when we have lost ourselves. And they come not to save us, not to fix us, but for us to heal ourselves. We sometimes need the carrot in front of the donkey to lead us to what we need to feed, to drink, to thrive. And we all came in our bodies. I do past life regressions. I'm a regressionist. I know that Everybody has different belief systems, but I believe that we live many lives, that your soul tribe is with you in many lives. Your life partner most likely has a past life with you as well. There are many things that are happening in different lives. And when you are living this current reality, it's really hard not to have those interfering with each other, because whatever is unhealed in those past lives will also come up to be healed in this current reality. And so sometimes everything is not logical. And when you understand the difference between your current reality of this life and your true soul's existence, your true soul existence is all of those lives. And so your soul is not going to make sense because your ego is not part of those lives. Your ego does not go with you to each of these lives. And so the part that is ego is the part that is trying to save you, the part that is trying to heal you, the part that is trying to talk you into all sorts of things, is really only developed through the different things that you have observed, listening to people, what they tell you, what they share with you, what they have expressed to you. So you usually have your ego formed in the first couple of years of your life. And so if your parent was, non-attentive, and if they didn't, provide a caring, nurturing, loving environment, your ego will start to develop techniques on how to survive. So, if you wanted the cookie and nobody would give you the cookie, you would cry, you would have tantrums, you would do whatever you want to get into that, having that cookie. And so these are where the behaviors come along. We've learned how to use behaviors to get what we want outside of ourselves. And the whole purpose of our existence is to learn how to serve ourselves, not through ego, not through manipulation, not through control, but to thrive. And so that we can understand what our soul really needs, because every single time you come into this lifetime, you are wasting precious time. You might as well just go and turn on Netflix and just watch Netflix all day long and do nothing else. And really, what are you going to accomplish out of that? Probably not much, just a waste of time. And that's the thing. Does your soul want to just come and have a life and just waste its time? Because at the time when you leave and you ask that important question, what did you come here to do? What did you learn? And what are you taking with you? All those things that you think is so important, it's not so important anymore. So you are here to serve your soul. And so when that guy is not texting you, that guy is maybe trying to serve his soul. And it's not because you're not pretty enough. It's not because you're not cool enough. And it may not be because something about you is not worthy or good enough. But if those are wounds inside of you from your childhood or from your earlier years, your ego will tell you that is why. Until you learn to hear your soul, your ego will be in control. That's what everybody needed to hear. Listen to your soul, your heart. It's so quiet. It whispers so softly. You will not know because your ego is so loud. When you're trying to figure out, why am I not manifesting this happy, beautiful life, happily ever after? Because your ego has been telling you, your subconscious has been telling you over and over and over and over and over again, because you need to validate. You need to be validated. You need to overcompensate. You need to people please. You need to do all these things because whatever your wounds are, it's like a repetitive history over and over and over again. And you will not be able to manifest from your true desire until your soul says, no, we're here to fix this first. You serve your soul before we serve the desire. And you are not going to be leaving this earth one more time, a wounded warrior, ripped to shreds and lost. Because I deal with enough lost souls to know they don't get another chance. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to work through it. They need people like us to help them figure out where the light is again.
Mhm.
We're not guaranteed every single time that when we pass over that we get the same ride. So you are infinite, but you can also get lost.
Oh, yes. And bringing up loss, I should mention that as well because I did mention it a bit today. I'm a traveler. I travel a lot in dreams, and we call it skinwalking. So astro. I took a little break, but it's very important for people to have protection when they travel and go to different places in the spirit realm and open those doors. And I know I was going everywhere too until I got my protection put in place because you are opening yourself up to so many things when you're out there. And a lot of people aren't aware of that. And I think it's so important because everybody just, I want to dabble, I want to know things.
Curiosity kills the cat.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So it's always so important to put those protections in place and to connect with whomever you connect to. If it's creator, if it's a god, if it's the universe, if it's your ancestors, your guides, you know, keep in touch with them. They like that. They like to be acknowledged. And for me, I do it daily. I go and I do my food offerings and I do my tobacco offerings. And I guess you can say it's prayer or I just have basic conversations with everybody. Your ancestors, everybody's listening. For me,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Whatever. Yeah. Everybody has rituals.
yeah, yeah. And so those things are important for me to do. And because I invite spirit into my life all day long, and I utilize that all day long. My meditation, the things that I see in the morning. And actually, that was my first video that I had posted was about the energy shift that's going on. And then with the new moon that's happening right now, this blue moon, it's a major shift. And I saw it a couple months ago when I was at Sweat, and I saw the break in the earth, and this is going to be a major shift, and that's when it started to begin. And then I saw the snake and shedding his skin and going into a new, beautiful, more powerful being. And yeah, so there's going to be lots of good change for people if they're welcome into it, if they're open to it. And it is all these fives I'm seeing, you know, and this blue moon, like release what you don't need, what no longer serving you. No, it's a lot easier said than done because we hold on to some things and we try to figure it out. For me, I figure things out as much as I can, and I'm going through my own personal awakening right now, and those aren't the easiest or the funnest, but they're necessary for growth, and it's good. It's good. I got so used to them now. And crying is healing. I don't cry as much as I used to before, but it is healing. And it's powerful and it's good for, your own being and to connect with your own spirit because you're trying to raise that vibration to get to your own highest good, like, and just keep moving forward. Like, what plateau can I reach next? And what else can I heal in myself? And I think it's just beautiful to heal and to go through those processes and just know that you're doing for yourself and you're taking that time. And that's what this journey has been about these past few years, about healing myself and doing for myself and learning to set up boundaries. That was really big for me. And self care. And now I call it assisted self care when I go and get my nails done or anything like that. I said I do my own self care, but then I call that assisted. And I tell people when you're getting work done on you too, the person that's working on you, they get so much gratification out of it if they see you embracing what's happening and just going into full joy of whatever treatment that you're getting. I said they enjoy it just as much. And as a healer, I do too. It's like I love when I go and sit in group sessions and I go into vision and then I can share and find out whose soul I connected with. And I always enjoy that. And, my gift of sight, a lot of people say, oh, you must love being able to see. I said, but you have to understand when you can see the beautiful things, you have to see the not beautiful things as well.
And that's the part that people don't understand. Um, the the things that can make us close our third eye sometimes because our mind cannot always process what we see. And, we have these processes where we've learned things are good, things are bad, and we don't really know everything. We we are to learn to observe, to be in a place of actually allowing ourselves as innocent, and being vulnerable is really hard because we want to be completely in control. But when we're seeing and experiencing things around us, or what we're experiencing, sometimes we just have to tap into that part of us, shut down the logic, shut down all of the things that our ego wants to get involved, and just allow the things that have to flow so that we can understand what we're experiencing just as well, right? Because like, I'm a channeler, so I'm able to have that. Not everybody are tapped into seeing, not everybody can hear, not everybody can feel, not everybody can know, not everybody has the ability to tap into all of those different types of clairs. Um, some of us do,
Mhm.
and some of us are just being able to align with those who can, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, I I'm really grateful for the things that I have to share. There have been many lives that have changed because of them. Um, my weekly sessions, I do it because there has to be a balance where we give ourselves selflessly to somebody who needs, somebody will be calling, somebody will need to have an answer. Maybe somebody just needs your help. And I have a career that I also provide lots of that help. So I look for ways to raise the vibration of the
Mhm.
collective, of the because at one point I was in one place, and at some point in my life I'm on the other spectrum. And there is a point where we have a choice. We can go there or we can go there. And they both are important because where we are actually going is on neither end, but it's merging all of that.
Mhm.
Like I said, when you actually allow your soul to know who it is, its purpose, and what actually is happiness, you'll be in a state of complete gratitude. You'll be in a state of receiving. You'll be in a state of understanding what it's like to be in your divine feminine and what it's like to attract the masculine because the inner balance and harmony would be in there too, right? Not every husband or wife or soulmate is your divine counterpart. And some people are on a journey together. Absolutely. And some people have met their soulmate, their person a long time ago. But life is about change, about experiences. And we're actually, that's where we have the ability to steer your ship in whatever direction you want to go. Right. All right, let's get started because I'm surprised we even have a few people still hanging on here. I know that Carol had asked, and I believe Pretty in Pink had asked as well. So I want to start doing a few readings because we've been here chatting away for about an hour and we still didn't even start a reading. But I am going to plug in my phone, so hopefully I can keep it going here. Ooh, I might have to figure out how to. I don't. Hey, sunshine, my favorite little mediator here. She's great at managing our live. I just need something to hold my phone. Oh, great. You know what? I'm just going to use this deck of cards. Oh,
I am actually just gonna run and get a charge too, because I got this one charged. It doesn't. I'll be right back.
there. That works. Oh my God, that works. Yeah. Um. All right. So she's going to get a charger. So everybody who wants to have a reading, Sunshine would love to have one. Carol was here, she requested one, and I believe Pretty in Pink had requested one too. I'm pretty sure, I think Carol was the first one to ask, or was it Pretty in Pink? Oh, and Mez was making, I have to go through these comments. I don't know who was even here. We have about 5 people, and I know one is Cherry. I think Carol's the other, Pretty in Pink. I don't know who is actually still here with us. Um, Carol, let's start with you. Carol, if there is a partner in your life or anybody who's requesting, if there is somebody in your life that you would like to have included in your reading, just give me the first name. I know from speaking to Carol earlier today that there is not anybody particular. So I'm just going to do Carol, but just to let you know that. Anybody who wants to know a little bit more information, what's going on? Yes, I see Carol coming right out for self. I see here, yeah, I'm not in any form of commitment. I'm not in any form of, there's no contract. There is not a partnership here with me. I would like to have one, but I don't see one existing right now. So, self is telling me right now there is no marriage, there is no commitment, there is no partnership, but there is resistance. And I would love to have that in my life. It's just something that I would like to have, but it's not there, not at the time. And why is because I've met full circle to all of the karmic lessons that I needed to heal. You know, there was, I needed to be complete and whole in myself and not just be here serving and having a great time. I just wanted to expand my soul. And, I needed to heal my contracts, my money. I needed to get myself in a place where I felt completely aligned. And the situation was, you know what? Men cause conflict with me. I I found that whenever the masculine showed up in my life, whether it is a partner or a family member or whoever it was, it just seems like there was always me against them. There was either some kind of conflict or some kind of disconnection, or there was some avoidance. There was just something that was always coming up for them. And what was hidden was that my soul was not happy. There was no success. It was just always work. It was always something going on. And in fact, when it seemed like I wanted love, I wanted positivity so much, there was the resistance and it kept on coming up. And so, what I needed to heal was that this was a repeated cycle that returned over and over and over again. You know, I myself wasn't going into this with a new beginning. In fact, this was a repeating every single relationship. I could see the same story being repeated in each time. So the lesson was to look deep into the subconscious, the psyche, and see why there was always two sides to the duality, the good and the bad and the ugly. And the moon runs its course until it's completed. This is what karmic means. And that subconscious, the psyche will create. We've talked about that. It will show you what your soul needs. So you need to protect yourself. You need to rest and regain what you need because as you are stepping into your new found self, you are going to gather the tools that you need. And this has been a challenge because none of this has made you a better person. It's never ascended you. It just seems like your desires have depleted every time you feel like you're creating a new form of relationship. You feel betrayed or battered or beaten up a little bit. And it's becoming really hard. And that's because you did not realize how your mind really worked. You weren't in your divine feminine energy. Things were complicated. You were always trying to step into your distorted masculine energy because you never had the masculine showing up for you. So that made you feel unsafe. You had to work really hard at trying to get a masculine to show up for you. But you knew you deserve one. You know that you were clear once upon a time, but somewhere you no longer became clear. So, this is your next step. Your next step is to look for the universe for a gift. Look for unexpected news. Step into the role of having the universe flirting with you. Playfulness again. You know, what it was like before all of this happened. What was it like when the masculine and you were absolutely adoring each other, where you were spoiled like a princess, where everything was wonderful? Go back to that again. Remember what it was like to feel chosen, to feel validated, to feel absolutely protected and safe. You see, it's time for you to heal the narcissistic, avoidant attachment type of men that were showing up because men could not step into their energy for you. They will. He will show up, but he cannot show up and step in until you hand over the reins and let him be the man. And you need to step back and not be tough and cutting off their heads, but instead be absolutely safe, secure, and knowing you will be protected. You can take a break, roll out your hair, and watch all of them come back again. A man who is emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally detached are working through their own form of trauma. Narcissism mirrors a person who has trauma very easily. Too many people are called narcissists, where that person is just walking around with a lot of trauma and does not have the first clue how to heal it. So it's really, really important for you to look inside and to gain the inner wisdom, your inner being, and allow it to gently guide you and to know that things could go wrong, and that's okay because you are still heading towards what is meant for you. You got to trust God. You have to trust the universe. You have to trust that it's safe to love again. I know that's hard, but what is meant for you, for your soul to grow, is that in order for things that were chaotic to come back into order, there needs to be the truth. And that truth, let them tell you. Because that was your lesson. You felt deceived. And if you feel deceived, then they're not the one telling you the truth. The one that will be love. You'll feel safe. You'll feel that you can trust them. and they will tell you the truth. You don't have to decide. Just listen, but listen to yourself. All right, Amanda, you can
Okay.
read it.
The first card I got for you is the Page of Swords. And if you see, she has that book and she's researching and looking for these ideas of what she needs. And what she's doing, so what you're doing is you're looking within yourself. You're researching within yourself. And that's what you should be doing to get where you need to be. The next card I got was the Four of Pentacles. In traditional tarot, you're usually holding on to that pentacle near your heart space. But with this one, she's holding on to it more near her womb. And as women, that is our most precious area of us. It's our most, it's who we are, our womb, and we have to protect that. It's very important to protect our womb and to hold on to our sacredness, our feminine sacredness that we have. And then you have the Queen of Wands, and she's just very confident. She's just excited and she's just loving life right now. And she's gonna show she has that wand, she has that passion, she has that courage, and it's there. It's there to be utilized. And she even has that fire right in her hand. She not only has that wand, but she has that fire right in her hand. And now I did pull from the first a different deck at first, and I saw that Three of Swords, and I was like, I don't want to go immediately into a Three of Swords. Let me try another deck. The
You're
Three of
fine.
Swords is there. The Three of Swords is there. It's supposed to come out. It's that heartache that you feel. There's a cut right down that heart space. And it's okay. As I talked about earlier, I had to go through heartbreak and it was very painful. But I have to remember too that I can still open that space up. I can still, because just because somebody broke my heart, it doesn't mean that everybody's there to do that. And there is somebody there that's going to love me the way I need to be loved. And they're going to spend their time on me and their energy and sharing time with me. And actually, um, what I was thinking about with someone was I was like, wow. And I don't mean to be rude the way, I said it, but I was like, you're really cheap. So about something. I was like, no, you're really cheap. And I think when people hear that they're cheap, the first thing they immediately think of is pentacles, money. But people can be cheap in so many other ways. They could be cheap with their time, with their energy, with their connection to you. It's not only limited to money, that is one small portion. With when somebody withdraws their energy, when they go all in and they want to spend time with you, they want to listen to you, they want to tell you about things, and then all of a sudden they withdraw. It's you're cheap with your time, with your emotions, how you don't want to share them. And I had to learn that. And it was, yeah, so I see it in so many different ways. At the bottom of the deck, I have the Three of Pentacles. And right there, she's really pointing because typically that stop would be up top. And then there would be yellow in the center, like slow down. But that red is right there in the center, and that's where she's pointing to. So it's like just stop, take some time to focus on you. Um, Traditionally, this is working together. But I also got a message from Three of Pentacles before as body, mind, and spirit. So when I look at that, it often reminds me of that. Like go within and heal your own body, mind, and your spirit, and get them all to work together in sync so that you can create a whole version of yourself for you that can be more beneficial to your soul. That's what I got for you. I
Hmm.
hope that helps.
We had a coaching session earlier today. So I didn't hear anything that was inaccurate in any way.
Hey. Oh, but I did I wanted to show you, one of my other decks. When you you mentioned, I don't know if you had Queen of Swords, but do you see? She actually cut his head off. I said, "I have to show her that one." That's why that deck was calling for me, because I usually leave that one in my truck, but I had it in a bag inside the house, and, I just thought that was really cute. I was like, "Oh, yeah, she cut his head right off."
I I did a blog post yesterday, or was it the day before? It was yesterday or day before. And I was the Queen of Swords cutting off everybody's head at the start.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a reflection of what I said. We may have to be gentle with her. You were doing a lot of releasing, so yeah, of sure. Um, I have no way of keeping track of all the different names that was requesting since we started. Um, I know that Carol was the first one, Sensei. I know Cherry did ask, so we want to make sure that the ones that I had mentioned gets addressed. Nobody's guaranteed a reading, by the way. I will tell you, everybody can request. We're just picking random names. And why? It's not because I don't want you to feel not chosen. I don't want you to feel that, we're not going to be able to be here all day and just do everybody. We do ask one request. We ask that you make sure you subscribe, and not only to me, but give Amanda a try. All right. If you don't feel like it's something you want to do right now, that's fine. We are not going to deny you a read. But if we go and give you a reading and you resonate with it, you know, karmically, you should do that for us. And that's just how energy works. When she went and said that some people are really cheap, that's a type of energy that will show up in your manifestations. And if that is mirrored, you will see money loss. You will see jobs shortages. You will see um, loss because that's the energy you are. Manifestations is not changing or compensating for your energy. When people want money to be manifested and your energy is lack, do you see where it's a little confusing? So, if you are abundant, you will go and attract. If you are tight, cheap, holding back, you don't feel safe, that more money will come. Abundance is not going to flow. The universe is saying, oh, they're holding on too tight. Must be going to be shortage here. Oh, here we go. Right. So what we're going to ask is people can go and certainly do the request, but no guarantee. We're just going to randomly pick people. Amanda is going to pick the next one. I did go and pick Sensei. Cherry is amazing moderator. I would love for her to get chosen. And I seen Pretty in Pink has been sending us beautiful little messages. And of course, I wear the pink glasses. I love my pink. So of course I was drawn to Pretty in Pink. But I am gonna ask Amanda to pick her next one.
I actually wanted to go to Pretty in Pink. There was Sunshine, but I was looking at Pretty in Pink first.
And actually Pretty in Pink did ask before Sunshine. And Sunshine is our lovely Cherry. And so she has been my moderator for ever since I started here on my YouTube channel. Well, no, that's not a lie. Sorry, I've been doing this for 7 years, but I've only started doing live reads the past year. I used to have them all private. So Pretty in Pink,
All right, here we go. Pretty in
here
pink,
we
and your
go.
person is off. Person. Okay. I'm getting fives right off the bat with this one. Um, I have the 5 of Cups. So there's some sadness and disappointment here. This even this horse, like, seems so thirsty, but there's no water there. There's It's just darkness. There's not even any water there. And then we went into right after that was the 5 of Pentacles, and that is lacking, and that rose just wilted over. It's just so much sadness and sorrow right there. And so yeah, I'm sticking with this 5 theme, and it's just, I don't know, just this feels really heavy. It really feels really heavy. It's just sitting over and withering. But I believe when you get through that disappointment, that lack, that withering away, we go to 10. And I have 10 of Pentacles. And so we talked about lack, and now we're talking about abundance. And the way abundance comes in, it's not only, as I said earlier, in Pentacles and money value. Abundance is love. I know for myself personally, I recall coming up my steps one day, and I've been off of work for years without an income, and just healing. And that was a big reason. I was scared to leave work because I was like, how am I going to live? But on this journey, I'm okay and I'm still here. And one day I walked up my steps and I was like, I might not have nothing coming in right now financially, but I am so abundant in love for myself. And I have so much love for the people in my life that I need to, that are there with me. And at the bottom of the deck is the Daughter of Cups. And so that's those messages that are coming in, those are full of emotion, and that's love coming in. So you have your 10 of Pentacles, and it's waiting to come in, and you should be open to receive these messages of love and communication that's going to be coming in for you. It was a little quick, but yeah, you can go up, Vicky.
Um, so I started laying out a few cards, and actually, these cards are resonating a little bit with you. I'm seeing here that you yourself basically you wanted something to be resolved really fast. And unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of karmic energy. All right. I'm seeing a lot of karmic. I have 888. And so I'm looking at um something that is hidden is the fact that there is a karmic situation that has been showing up. It's not blocking you, it's there. You can't unsee it, they can't unsee it. And so with Rob, you want this to resolve really quick. And so what's hidden is he hasn't blocked you. I'm seeing here though that there is a lot of mirroring going on here. Yeah, well, he's not blocked. So I think that you're waiting for him to reach out to you, but I will tell you, he's really stressed out. Um, I don't know if he feels hopeless. Maybe he's stressed out because you're not reaching out to him. He has a lot of anxiety if I'm tapping into his energy correctly. And the situation is really kind of in a healing state. It's not in a really catastrophe state. It's kind of like it's happened in the past or it happened already and it's kind of clearing the air. It's kind of like the dust is settling. I do see that there is some trust issues. And so I am seeing healing for your partnership, your relationship. This is showing here that your challenge is you want a relationship. You want this to come together, but you're not doing the inner work that has to be done. And I'm not judging you, but I do see that, okay, I, and I'm not making any judgment. There's trust issues, and you're coming up with not only trust issues, but you don't even trust in the divine. If you cannot trust in the divine, then how is it that you're begging or you're praying or you're going to it looks like you're going to one after another of readers. And if you keep on going and trying to get somebody to change the situation, you're making too many people involved in your energy between you and him. And so he himself doesn't even know what's going on because he's just really stressed out. And because he's stressed out, his nervous system is shutting down. It's not about you, it's about him trying to figure out how to regulate his nervous system. I see here that you have to start learning how to trust because the truth is not really always about you. It really could be about them. But because you're mirroring each other, what's going on with you? Why do you need him to validate you? Why do you need him to reach out to you? Because I'm getting here that there is a lot of dissatisfaction and that you two can't even talk to be friends right now. And so it just seems like maybe he needs a friend. Maybe he needs somebody who can listen to him. He's going through a really tough time. And, are you going to be able to see that no matter what you do, is not going to change him? You need to learn how to accept who he is. And so, you know, I feel he can't be fully honest with you about what's going on. And that goes back to trust. If he doesn't trust you, you don't trust him, then what is it that you have? Because without trust, there is no love. I do see that in order for you to heal this relationship, you have to have compassion and understand that this person is really stressed out. And if this person is really stressed out, and you're looking for him to make you feel calm, make you feel safe, make you feel validated for you. Like, are you projecting your wounds onto him? Because if I was really stressed out, my nervous system won't be able to handle anything. In fact, the person I love could be right in front of me. And if my nervous system is shut down, that person is going to be treated badly. Doesn't matter how much I love them. It's just how it works. So It's not up to you to heal him. It's up to you to realize you may not be the problem. But you need to be self love and do the work on yourself and realize that what he has for a problem really has nothing to do with you. And when you're in a place of self love, you won't feel like everything is about you.
Mhm.
It is a wound that we go through, right? Yeah. I feel that you need to learn to start trusting in the divine. You need to start trusting that everything will be fine because you seem to be wanting to change him. I'm reading your messages.
And I like how you acknowledged there that you noticed things weren't balanced and you backed away from that. So you're acknowledging that you backed away because there was something that you had to heal within yourself. And
Mhm.
that's really the only one you can, because you don't have control over other people or their
Yeah.
emotions or anything. The only one that you have any true control over is yourself and how you're going to approach a situation and what you want to do with it. And yeah, that was good that you backed away from it.
Well, kind of yes and kind of no. What happens when you back away from somebody you're in a relationship with? You trigger attachment issues. So if you are not communicating, if you are not saying, hey, something's coming up and it's something that I need to, deal with, and not that you have to overcompensate or reassure, but if when you pull away, what happens to the other person? They're thinking just the same with you. If they pull away, you're going to go and lean in and say, okay, what's going on here? And so if you are avoidant attachment or insecure attachment, fearful avoidant, or when those attachment issues, so there's a secure attachment and then we have the other three. And so if you're not in a secure attachment where you can be completely and whole as yourself and them being complete and whole as themselves and be able to communicate as a partnership, and if you are not able to have that integrated, you usually are going to be one of the other types of attachments, which means when one pulls away, the other one may have anxious attachment. That's probably why he's all stressed out. Yeah. So you backed off. You went and started saying, oh, you're expecting him to chase you. And so, like I said, I'm showing you here, you're not even blocked. Like, there's no reason why he's just waiting for you to contact him.
Yeah. That's why I had these messages of emotion coming in. And usually I always keep my cards upright. And under that was the five of swords in reverse. So that's not even walking away. And then what is this? Oh, and then wheel of fortune. The wheel can turn for a new beginning.
Yeah. This is a big transition right now that's happening. Um, you have to trust that you can't change them and you have to work on what's going on with you. But I see a lot of healing here. Once you start realizing maybe you got to point the finger at you. He's stressed out because he knows I'll want to go back to the future we had planned. Then I guess he realized he couldn't keep his promises. I admit I didn't hang on to that. Yeah. But that's the thing. Right now your guys is marrying each other and you have some inner work here. All right. Let's go and move on to the next one. I think Pretty in Pink, I I think you're gonna have to trust that it may be time you need to be a friend and check in and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And not just how you doing, but did you maybe need that person to feel safe again? Because I see both of you are not trusting, but they also would like to be really trusting and honest with you too. I am was Pretty in Pink, Sensei, Cherry. I thought there was one more. That's sad. There's only
Uh,
two.
was it your first sunshine? Was that the one?
That's Cherry.
Okay.
Um, Let me see. There was a couple of other names in there that was on my list. I just don't want people I don't I don't want people to feel like we're nobody's guaranteed a reading, but there was a whole bunch of other people who had asked. I just don't know who's here. I'm
With
only
an
showing
Anna
a
Mez.
couple.
Is Anna Mez?
Yeah, there was an Anna Maz. There was a couple of different people had checked in. And so I was just wondering, I'm not really seeing the list. All I'm seeing is Pretty in Pink's responses.
Oh, thank you, Pretty in Pink. It's nice meeting you too and reading for you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
There is a Saf, is it? I see Ethereal Vibes,
Uh-huh.
and then there was Saf Fake Cat. I can't pronounce some of these names. I wish you'd give me a name to work with. And I don't mean changing your name, but like just give me a nice like name to use. Hi, I'm Saez, and just kind of like it's an easier than trying to sound out some of these names.
Is that like a Sophia?
Yeah, so it looks
Hey.
like Sophia, because you're
Wonder-
looking for advice, and I'm assuming your name is Sophia, but I'm not sure. But you have to be here. I only see a couple of you right now currently with us. I know that when they show the ad, sometimes it can pop you out of the chat, but I think a few of the people left. Some of you only stick around for a little bit.
Sophia. There's two watching now. If this
Yeah,
is correct.
there's only like a few. Now, Carol, I'm surprised that Carol was still up, so she might have had to leave and she'll come back and watch it later. Just because it's late
Oh,
for
there's
her.
four.
Mhm.
Okay. This
Yeah,
there's four on now. So maybe
sometime.
you want to put something in the chat so we can see who's here?
Yeah, like I was just gonna say, who here is still here that had asked for a reading? You have to be present. We're going to do the next one. The first one who says here, that's already requested a reading, say here. That hasn't received their reading yet. Yes, Pretty in Pink, you can still hang out with us.
Okay. Sunshine is here.
Well, looks like it's going to be you, Cherry. I'm just grabbing some pineapple juice. All right, Cherry, you're nexty girl. If there is a person's name, you do have to give us the first name of your person if they're to be included. If not, I'm just going to do you. All right. Just give me a moment to shuffle my cards while we'll wait to see if she responds with a name as well. I felt this one has to come out. Mhm. Messages are coming through for you already. I feel like this one has to come out. All right. I Well, that trust is coming up a lot, by the way. All right. Cherry. Cherry, I call it Cherry because that's originally her name. I know it's Sunshine now, but Cherry was one of my moderators, and I called her Cherry before. So she's going to be known as Cherry. Sorry. I was told to knock out some energy out of there. There has been too many people's energies in here right now.
I keep burning my sage. And I knew I had to go get some cedar, so I ran and got that from my tree before we started.
Yeah, it's starting to calm down now. All right. All right. Yeah. Cherry, you're on this really lonely journey. And this journey seems to be about you searching for your person. You're searching for the truth. You're like, you know, I've been trying to look inside, I'm trying to figure it out, but where is my person? Because all I want is the cycle to end. I want a beginning. I want something different. I want something to make me feel alive. And it is appearing that during this cycle, you're like, hooray, we've got the blue moon. Everybody seems to be getting change in their life. But it's the same old thing for me. And I'm seeing what is hidden is there is a new soul contract coming through. Something has not shown up yet for you. And that soul contract is coming. But be careful because it is mirroring a wound in you. It is mirroring you feeling beautiful, confident, chosen, you feeling like the most desirable person in the room. You're comparing yourself to others. In fact, I see comparison coming up a lot. You are looking at others and saying, oh, look at them. And you're comparing other people's lives, other people's situations, other people's journeys, other people's talents, other people's beauty. You're comparing yourself to everyone. Masculine energy is competition. Masculine energy is about control. Masculine energy is all of this mental energy of you trying to figure out how to get at the end of the competition. Comparison is looking at everything that's happened and trying to be logical and comparing. If you want to see the new love for who they really are, you need to allow yourself to be the most authentic person. You need to understand what authentic means because you are going to be truly desired for being authentic. You have to clear your energy of everybody, especially the people that you have been comparing yourself to. You know, I see here that somebody will show up. The situation is really about you being patient and finding that your person is showing up when you let go of your own inner conflict. You're convinced. I see here you're healing conflict within yourself. There is someone who is from a past life coming through. This person is coming through, but the challenge is how you manifest using the law of attraction. You focus on too much of lack by comparing yourself to what everybody else has. Once you start bringing others into your formulation, you're making it very complicated. I'm seeing here for advice. This is what's coming up for advice. Don't look for your twin flame. Don't look for the soulmate. Don't look for the one. Because every single time you're with somebody, that's your divine masculine. How you show up for yourself. Because here you are, upside down. This is their mirror. This is how they're going to show up. They are never going to go and choose you. They're not going to see you as the most beautiful one in the whole room. They're not going to go and choose you out of a whole group because you feel like, oh, everybody else in the room is so beautiful. Everybody else in the room you're falling madly in love with. Your attention is all over everybody else. It's time for you to see that as long as you are seeing everybody, you're loving everyone. You're reliable, you're efficient, you adore everybody. You think everybody is so wonderful. So, what's different is not everybody else cares about anyone. Not everybody else loves other people. Not everybody else wants the best for you. You're the only one who's paying attention to you. And if you're paying attention to everybody else, nobody's paying attention to you. So, what is going on in your energy is going to be mirrored out. So, you need to start harnessing putting yourself first. Look in the mirror, love the body you're in, love your eyes, love your voice, love your style. Start falling in love with you and do not compare yourself to anyone. Because when your person is choosing you, there is not another person in that room. They don't see anyone else. They don't care how big the crowd is. All they're doing is focusing on you. And that, my friend, is the truth. Clear all the energy off of you. Stop putting all that love into everyone else. You wake up every day and you put all that love in you. You need to see it's not selfish to be adored. It's not selfish to love yourself. It is not selfish to validate in yourself or putting some attention on yourself. How would you show your love to someone else You look at them, adoration. You like to touch their arm. You like to speak to them. You like to hear from them. You like all of these different things from them. Your soul wants that for yourself. So every day when you wake up, before you tend to anybody else, thank you for my safety. Thank you for my love. Thank you for my healing. Just waiting for the sirens to calm down. So before anybody else, you make sure you fill up yourself with all of that love. And when you see somebody that's love, instead of saying, "Ah, they're so amazing," instead, look at, "Ah, there's my energy in them. Put that back in me. Oh, that is so beautiful. That reminds me of me." Start looking at yourself in everybody. Stop putting yourself in everybody else. I know that's what an empath does. I know I've been there myself. It's a long journey, isn't it? Okay, you're next, Amanda.
Okay. And yet at the bottom of this deck was that Ace of Swords, that truth, and that's the underlying and the root of all of
That
this.
was
That
that
truth
was
that,
hidden here.
yeah,
That was hidden here.
it's there. Yeah, it's right there. And I did start with, you had the 10 of Cups. And when I noticed you're helping your parents, this is your happy home, your family. That's who's with you, your parents and people in your life that love you. But it did drop down to the 5 of Pentacles, which is lack. But what I like about this 5 of Pentacles is there is this door right here, this doorway that you can walk through, and it's so beautiful. It's just full of flowers and it's flourishing. So even though you can, oh, there's lack there, but you're missing the flourishing part. And you did walk away. You did walk away from something that wasn't serving you. Now, the only thing, and I will tell you with this Emperor, like this is that off like energy, that take charge, control, to be in a good control of yourself. Because this is about you. So it's to be in a good control of yourself, to balance with justice, because she's just balancing everything out. And, you know, that's what she's figuring it out. And you still got to work on that because in the split, that's that 8 of Pentacles. So it's going to take work, but that's what we do. We have to put that work into ourselves to heal ourselves, to grow ourselves, to make sure that we're aligning with ourselves and honoring our higher self for our own betterment and development. And I wanted to pull oracle cards for you, and I got a beautiful sun there, and it's lighting up. And there's growth, there's flowers there. And at the bottom of that deck was to embrace the adventure. So don't focus on something particular coming to you. Just embrace it all because life is a journey and we're learning. This is what we do throughout life. We learn, we love, and we have to embrace everything. For me, I enjoy embracing and understanding even the things that are painful and hurtful because I learn from them, I grow from them. It gives me more knowledge that I can share with other people so that it could help them. And yeah, just embrace the journey. Don't get too focused on any one particular thing because when we do that, we lose sight of everything else that's out there and that could be calling for us. And we end up missing things. and we don't want to get stuck in something where we miss something that's right, so beautiful, and it's right in front of us. So just, yeah, go out there. And I really like that. Oh, maybe spend some time in the water. It's the moon. It's the full moon, and like it's all the moon is water. It's emotion. We're connected. The moon is connected to the tides. Like maybe go out to enjoy the water. If it's warm where you are, I don't know. It's still cold over here where I am. It's been freezing. And but yeah, I think you should just really embrace that adventure of life and this big, beautiful journey that we're all on. And that's what I have for you.
You get to pick the next one, Amanda.
Okay, I get the next one.
You don't have to take the next one in the list either. We can just randomly pick people.
Yeah, okay.
Go pull the
Um,
one that you're drawn to.
so is the Sophia here?
She didn't respond when you asked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Just ask
Ethereal Vibes? Is Ethereal Vibes here?
ethereal vibes. She might be.
Let me see if I can type this in.
Yeah, we only have a couple, like about
Okay.
4.
So how about somebody just write in the chat who's here?
Yeah. What
It's
happens is sometimes
very
they'll come and they'll just kind of like come back and
okay. Yeah. JV1234. You're here. All right, JV1234. What would you
and
Oh,
if
will I
there
get a
is a
job offer?
you know,
You get a job offer next week or so. All right. Let's see. I got the hanged man for that. So that's just lying in suspension right there. That's what I'm picking up for it. So I'm gonna say not next week.
so if I was to answer, I have here and possibility what she is saying, I get there is a conflict with your energy. And so because of that conflict, it has something to do with how you are feeling anxious about the situation. And so if you don't clear that anxiousness from your situation, um, you're you're going to see how your wish, your hope, your what you're wishing for, if you're holding on to anxiousness, worry, stress, that's actually going to be in the conflict of you receiving your desire. I am seeing here that right now, where it comes to money, there is a misunderstanding. So there may be need of some clarity. And so, and Amanda's going to continue to do more reading, but I'm just to answer that one question. You need to get a little bit more clarity, and you actually have to learn how to ground your energy better because right now your energy is very ungrounded, and it may be a little about your anxiousness. And right now you feel hopeful and positive and inspired, but then something is interfering with your energy. So, in order for you to have a positive outcome, you need to go back to grounding your energy and start regulating your nervous system and start trusting a little bit in yourself. Amanda's going to go back. Sorry.
Yeah, you You had the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, so it's all rooted in that finance that you're looking for, that material gain. And again, this sun came out in reverse, so you're not seeing it. It's not being illuminated for you. You have a blockage there. So you're not getting that clarity on what's supposed to be coming in. But if you can remove that blockage of this deep want, there is potential for that 10 of cups. And that 10 of cups is beautiful energy. And that's, you know, happy home and so forth. And so you'd be sitting nicely and beautifully in that energy afterwards.
Hmm.
It just, it's just, and I know when you're looking for a job and how difficult it is because you're so stressed and worried about where this money's going to come from, how you're going to survive. And what I do know is that things will find you when they will. When they need to find you, they will find you. And that money will come in for you, but it will be something that's drawn to you, that's supposed to go to you. And but you just got to work on that block a little bit. Try to remove your focus from that pentacle that you're looking for so badly, and then turn that sun around and illuminate everything that you need to see in that brightness, and then it will all come through.
So, can I address this part here, Amanda? You can continue. So, the homelessness, I I understand what's going on. And so when you look at the hierarchy of needs, what's happening in the hierarchy of needs, we have certain levels of what is most priority in our life. And so if you feel that your primary needs are not being met, whether that's homelessness, whether it's shelter, safety, food, like not safety, but like food, shelter, those things, if you don't have that, everything else is impacted. It's just basically like the house of cards is all going to fall down. So if you are in a state of trying to manifest money from a place of desperation, from lack, from not feeling safe, you are absolutely going to see that attack, it's going to affect everything. We want to be saved. We want, oh, the job is going to fall through, the knight in shining armor is going to rescue us, any of those. And this is the hard lesson. That's the ego kicking in. That's not how we manifest. We have to manifest. Remember, the ego started developing when before we were 2 years old. We want that cookie up on the counter. And we thought, oh, I want that cookie. The only way I'm going to get that cookie is to holler loud, cry, scream, make a noise because it's the only way I can get that cookie. But before, you were always nourished. You always had everything you needed. You were warm, you were held, you were loved, you were nurtured, you were cared for. So, why is it now that you have to independently on your own figure it all out, it gets really hard? But before, everything was so easy. So now you have two sides of the coin. I need this to happen for me. And then there's the other side. I have that already happening for me. Why? Because you know, in order for you to come from a lack, you already have it. In order for you to see that there is something that you could be missing, then you already have to have it. What you have to believe is that you can have it back. If you've already manifested before, you can have it again. So, what you have to do is regulate that nervous system. Get yourself in a state of calm. Get yourself in a state of listening to your inner being again. Get yourself in a place of knowing that you are going to be okay. Because just like Amanda said at the very start, when we first start connecting here, she had said her little story, and she had said that sometimes things had to fall apart for her to get back to where she was healing again and moving forward in a really positive direction. Sometimes we have to go through a shake-up call. Nobody wants to be homeless. But like she had said, she's still here. She's still doing well. She lost her job. All of those things happened for her. But then she started tapping into the abundance all around her. And that is what you have to do. Start with first knowing you're safe, knowing that you are here, knowing that you are getting a chance to have a reading that might pivot you in the right direction. Maybe there's a possibility that a job will be something you're going to walk past a window and they're looking for somebody as you walk in. Whatever it is, just trust that you are loved, that you are nurtured, and that things will work out for you. But you have to trust that whatever your inner being is telling you is the next step to do, that's what you need to do. I'm not going to tell you, Amanda's not going to tell you, and nobody is going to tell you the answer. What we have to do is remind you who you are so you can do what you feel is true for you. What you have to do. You'll know to look in the newspaper, or you will know to go on Marketplace, or you will know to go down a certain street. Whatever it is that you have to do, the first thing you do is calm your body, calm your nervous system, and get into a state of gratitude. Get yourself into a state of compassion. Get yourself into a state of knowing that you are loved, you are nurtured, and you are protected. And when you are in that truest, fullest state, ask your inner being,
Yeah.
what do I need to do? And trust you will be taken care of.
Yes. Yes. Because when we're in a state of our mind being so loud, we don't hear what our spirit is telling us. So when we find that peace within ourselves, we find those answers. Those answers will come to us in that peace. So we have to be in that peace for ourselves.
Yeah. We've talked about that throughout this video. So anybody who's just joining on, you might want to go back and mind you, I have to edit and remove some of our trying to get Amanda back on. But we'll edit the video. But yeah, there's some important insight that we have shared. Nobody's going to save you from the monster. Nobody's going to rescue you. But sometimes we have to realize we're stuck. And we are sometimes creating our own selves to be stuck, and we don't know how to move. We don't know what to do. We're just unsure. And that's usually because your system is so dysregulated, you're shut down. So get back into trusting that you're safe, that you're going to be fed, and that you're going to be nurtured, and you are going to be okay. And the universe will mirror that to you. I have a message from your higher self. Sorry. Right. Even though you're not close to success, even though you don't know really how to start all over again, it has been really hard. And sometimes some people haven't been giving you good advice. It has been a time for you to make a decision on your own, to commit to yourself, and to know that nobody else is going to do this for you. But there has been a part of you that's been in denial. And that denial is why you got a little off track to being making this a priority for yourself. You've been focusing too much on other people instead of focusing on your money. And so right now it's saying, right now you don't have the job earning the potential of receiving the money that you should be. And you know that had a lot to do with your energy being attached to somebody else, or you being focusing too much on somebody else that was draining your vital energy, and not just a little, but there has been some kind of an addiction where you were not paying attention to what was important. You were trying too hard to have something else resolved. And so this conflict is not really giving you the rewards that you expected. Somehow you thought, oh, I would just magically have everything work out. But now you're seeing what draining your energy means. So this is why it's coming up for you to work on your root chakra. Whether that means listening to a certain type of maybe YouTube video, root chakra, maybe the ohm, the sound, lower frequencies, 174 megahertz. I don't know exactly what it is, but there is something distorted in your root chakra where you feel unsettled. And so if you work with your root chakra, grounding your energy, working with the ancestors, maybe so, because it just seems like you have to pull your energy down a little bit. It's been up here a little too much and it needs to be pulled down. Whether it is, it's kind of like you've been overthinking, maybe over processing, maybe trying to think about other people, but just bring it back down into your root. Yeah, so ancestors. So if you're, it doesn't matter. You can blame your mother, you can blame your grandmother. Those are your soul contracts. Those are your soul tribe. You have created these relationships for a reason. And so you can go and say, I lost to myself and taking care of her. I lost myself and taking care of these other people. No, you do what needs to be done as a caregiver, and that came up as well. But as a caregiver, we still need to fill our own cup. So as a caregiver, you still needed to make your priority in what do you want? Do you want to go and take care of your mom for the rest of your life? Probably not. So that's why taking a little time each day for you to better yourself, better your education, better your physical, whatever it is. You make a goal and you make it your number one priority. And
Sorry. Yeah, there's
I'm seeing it's going to happen real fast.
some of us, well, I would say most people, a lot of people carry
Are going to discipline yourself. And you're going to get rid of that hopelessness and the anxiety and the stress. And it seems like everything is going to come to a head. And because you nurtured yourself, you're going to move on. It's going to be a little painful at first. But you, on the other side of it, gets everything you want. You just need a little
Just need a little
discipline.
discipline
And
and
work on the root
work on the root
and
and
regulate your nervous
regulate your
system
nervous
so that
system
you
so
are
that
not
you
so
are not
stressed
so
out.
stressed out.
Breathe.
Breathe.
Easy for me
Easy
to
for me
say.
to say.
I know.
I know.
I know what
I
it's
know what it's
like
like
to
to
fear
fear
your next
your
meal.
next meal.
Fear
Fear
that you're going to
that
have
you're
your
going to
rent
have your
paid.
rent paid.
Fear what's going
Fear
to
what's going
happen
to happen
next.
next.
It's hard.
It's hard.
But if
But
you
if
are
you
not
are
safe where
not
you
safe
live,
where you live,
nothing
nothing
else
else
will matter.
will matter.
So your root
So your
chakra
root chakra
is your number
is
one
your number
priority
one
right now.
priority right now.
How can you feel
How can you
safe
feel
in your
safe
own
in your
body?
own body?
Anything else you want
Anything
to
else you
add,
want to
Amanda?
add,
You can go
Amanda?
right
You can
ahead.
go right ahead.
Okay, so when I pulled, and that's what close out cycles of these fears of the unknown, of what's happening, and then you'll be ready to take that leap of faith to
Something
nurture.
going on with
Something
the
going on
sound. I
with the
can't hear
sound. I
you.
can't hear you.
You can't hear me? So weird. You can't hear me still?
Is that me or
Is
you?
that me or you?
It
It
restarted the live
restarted the
for you.
live for you.
Oh,
Oh,
about 4
about
minutes
4
ago.
minutes ago.
Um,
Um,
l-
l-
log out
log out
and join with the
and
link
join
again.
with the link again.
She's going to join. We're just getting her to reboot the link. We asked for you, Safia. We asked a couple of times.
Can you hear me?
I'm
Can,
not sure.
can
Do you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Yeah.
I can hear you, but you're not as loud as what you were before.
Yeah, that's what happened earlier. Because when I don't know why it just stopped and the live went like down for a sec, and it popped back up, but the
Can
sound was
everybody
different.
hear her okay? Can everybody hear her okay? I know you can hear me, but okay. They all said that they can hear you.
Okay. All right. So what I got for him after, and they all were all major arcana, and it was the world. So it was closing out cycles of fears of the unknown. and he'll get to that place of taking a leap of faith. And the Empress, like she's just nurturing and growing, which you need to within yourself. That's what I have from that last reading. Nurturing and growing. And I kept hearing about like financial traumas, money traumas that are rooted within, you know, possibly from childhood and so on and so forth. And how we grow, and that's how we deal with money in our lives. And so that needs to be worked on and grown out of as well. Like when you do that inner work, because for, well, I can use myself as an example. Like we grew up poor, as many people did. And so we always tried to hold on to things that we have, not even only just the money, but even material things that you have. And that becomes a way of living for people. And you don't want to let things go. You just want to keep holding on because you feel like you might not have these things to keep you safe. And it is almost like a security blanket, wondering, and growing from these traumas with money. And so you're creating a different space and of how to actually utilize money so that you're not going from check to check and just making it, figuring how you're just going to make it through each and every day, where you can become calm within yourself and just know that it's not always going to be lack. You'll have that abundance within yourself. And we talked about this earlier about there's many forms of being cheap, and and how it's not only about money, but it's about time and attention. And yeah, so that all needs to be healed within yourself so that you get better footing into how you move forward, even when you do receive that employment, when you do receive that money coming in, and you know feeling that safety ness within yourself, so that you're going to be okay. And I know I took a whole lot of abuse from work placements throughout my life, because I was just in so much fear that I needed to make that money. I needed to have it there so that I could support my family, because I was the top earner. And then even when I was very young, a teen, and I went out and I lived on my own and I worked 3 jobs, and I took a lot of abuse then as well with employment. And so during this journey, I realized, I'm going to take my leave from work and I'm going to just focus on healing me. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I just focused and I kept my strength and spirit, and I stayed steady on that path. And that's why, you know, one day I was just like, I'm still here. It's been years since I went on leave, and it's been, oh God, July will be 3 years of unpaid leave that I've been on. And I'm still here. So it's really, and I'm still healing, and I'm still growing, and I'm expanding myself, and I'm just making my life more and more beautiful from connecting to myself. And I think that's very beneficial for so many people, because I feel like the world now, everything seems to be so disposable. And when things became so convenient and disposable, people lost themselves, and they lost that connection with self. So when people come into these forums and they're seeking advice, they're really opening that door up to find a place of healing for themselves, far beyond these types of questions. And once you start acknowledging that you're looking for that healing within self and you start moving forward with that, you'll be all the better for it afterwards in your life and how you can expand that to even other people and your friendships, your relationships. And it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful to do that. And that's my share.
Okay. So for the next reading, I'm doing Amanda.
Oh, you're doing me?
I know there's a whole bunch of people who are looking for readings, but Amanda asked for one too.
Yes. I like my readings too.
Yes, you like readings. So we'll do one for Amanda. Do you have a first name or even initials that I am going? Is it just you or you and another energy?
Uh, okay. Do L. L.
I don't know, it might be my sound on the phone.
L.
L.
Yeah. L.
All right. Just let me check. Just shuffle the cards a little bit. All right, let's do Amanda. Let's do the current energy for Amanda. What is the current energy for Amanda? All right, so right now, the current energy between you and L, I'm seeing here that the shared emotional frequency between you two right now is, you know what? There was quite a bit of a lack. There was a little bit of, a little bit of pain and, loss. I see that healing. I see a lot of healing that's happening with that loss. And that has a lot to do with you actually letting go in this dynamic of all of the hopelessness and the trauma and the pain that was holding you back. There was this I'm not going to say anxiety, but you had a little bit of an attachment issue here. And it looks like there has been a lot of releasing. Their energy towards you was a little traumatic. I see a lot of pain, upheaval. There was um some truths that had to come out that was heard. And what was blocking this connection was it was very karmic. Um you and this person had a past life karmic connection, and it mirrored in this new lifetime. And it didn't make sense to you, it didn't make sense to them, but it really had a lot to do with things that happened in another lifetime that you have no control of. And so, what you were meant to learn from this has a lot to do with you, with self care, with you healing your soul, to nurture it, to understand mother wounds, because there was something to do with you marrying a mother wound that may have been in that person, and or your relationship with your mother was also maybe mirrored. But I am seeing here that there was a lot of you learning self-care, self-love, and to nurture and to be compassionate with yourself. The action that you were shown to get yourself back into releasing this energy was to embrace why he was so active in your dreams, why he was so a catalyst in your life. There was something that had to be woken up. There was something that made you feel love again. And it has a lot to do with you being complete, by you feeling full, by you understanding you had a sense of belonging. Because, you know, there was a sense of you coming fully into yourself. You needed someone to remind you of who you are. You kind of got lost. I see that you give and give and give your energy endlessly to everyone else, but you have not been receiving mode. And that receiving mode is what needed to heal. You can't overcompensating by giving. You are married. You do have a lovely home, but in order to be happy, you like a little change. You like a little surprise. You like a little gift. You like to have a little something that you haven't experienced yet. But be careful of the duality, because sometimes it may create something that you did not know you were aligned with and tied to, that was dark. But once you release what is dark, it will rise your soul higher. It will elevate yourself. In fact, we do not rise higher than what we are. We actually allow ourselves to be lowered so that we can see the grounding of those who needs our help. So release all that is no longer for your higher self, and release anything that chains you to something that you feel that you have to control. Anything at all that you have to raise your standards for, elevate yourself in any way, just going to break your heart. You're desirable. You're beautiful. And you can walk away from anything that no longer serves you, including your masculine.
Mm. Yes, yes. So true.
By the
So
way,
true.
he was your divine counterpart.
Yeah.
You lost him in a past life.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've traveled back and I've seen a few of our past lives because I needed to understand the first time when I walked away from him. I was like, why would, because I feel his emotions. So when I saw him, I saw how sad he was. I could feel. And then he went from sad to mad. And then it just kept escalating. And I was like, he's really just pissed now. And I was like, why would anybody get so upset over that? You know? And and I did. And it was from one of our past lives where we had to sign a contract that we would never be together. And because of that heartbreak and that lifetime, I took myself out. And he was the one who found me. So that's why he had such an issue with abandonment in this lifetime.
Yeah, I see abandonment issues here.
Yeah. And because I needed to understand why, like, and so yeah, I've traveled into our past lives, and I've looked into a few of them and seen just because I wanted a deeper understanding of what was happening with whatever this was, and what was happening to me. And because I was, what is happening to me? Like, it was very confusing for me.
Yeah, when you tapped into the energy, it brought it back into needing to be complete again here
Yeah,
until it ended.
yeah, and yeah, it was just a lot of I hadn't been the one who had started it off. Like, spirit had sent the first vision where I saw and could feel him, and then when I went to his property, and I know that was also it, in different lives, it was like my playground. And when we were there, I went back and I reverted, and I was seeing when we were in that time and the emotions that were there, I was feeling them and knowing them. And so it was a lot for me. It was a big process for me. And I understand for him, it was very different too, because the way I walk in dreams and I skin walk, and that must have been really nerve wracking for Buddy, um, who's not used to those types of things. And they're probably trying to figure out what is happening. But I don't do it that often anymore. Well, I do, but not focused on a particular person. And because I know how it is too, you know, when I have people coming in my dreams, and especially during a retrograde, you got exes, and I was like, oh, I'm scared to death. Like, get out of here. But yeah, it's, and I just had to release all that and realize whatever happens was meant to happen. There's People don't have to be together. I've learned so much from him, and I can learn to accept that. And we're in different places in our lives.
But
So,
wasn't it beautiful that somebody that you have so many lives with, you were able to recreate that again in this lifetime?
yeah, it was.
And it
And
ended, but that's only because it's the karmic lesson that you'll keep on doing it until you do it right.
yeah,
But
and
he is definitely um a soulmate.
yeah,
Definitely.
eh,
Like
eh,
there's no question. If I was reading that energy, I'm like, oh, that's your divine masculine, actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he gave me that space that I needed, because I told you, like, money wise, I was the breadwinner in my family. So I always I was in that masculine energy so much. And he provided me an opportunity to be in my feminine energy.
It was
And
the
I
only
did.
time when you were actually truly in your true self.
Yeah. And I did, and I loved it so much, and he has his own beach, and I would be down there all the time, and that's when I realized, because at first I was a little confused, and I was like, I could feel his happiness, but I said, "Somebody can't make me that happy, can they?" And it wasn't, and I realized, and I had that dream, and I was coming out of the water at the beach and walking back to the sand, and I was like, that was when I refound my happiness, and I refound that within myself.
One of the biggest myths that a lot of people don't understand, they think that relationships are guaranteed because they want to be chosen or they want to be validated, or one of those wounds shows up. The only choice that we have is when somebody shows up is the only choice that we have is whether to go for it or whether to walk away. That's the only part, to engage or not.
Yeah.
That's the only part we have control over. We can't control the other person, and that's the thing. When two people choose each other, that's a union.
Yeah.
But what I see in my coaching for the last 18 years is unrequited love, where somebody recognizes another and they chase them, and this one says, "No, I don't choose you." And
Yeah.
I betcha that has been coming up over and over and over again in so many lives.
Yes.
And that's
And he
because a lot
did.
of people are not choosing themselves.
He initiated and he chased me, and I didn't understand what was happening. And then I reciprocated, and then he ghosted. Like, he just, it was too much. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why did you start something and then turn away?" So,
Because of an attachment disorder, because he's fearful of avoidant.
yeah. And so I said, fine, then I'm just gonna, and what people don't understand, and I, I live in a very small community, a very small community. I'm on reserve. And so I said, you know what? I'm just gonna block everybody out. I'm not gonna look at them. His whole family. I'm not gonna look at them. I'm not gonna wave to them. Nothing. Everybody's getting blocked out. And I did that for about 7 months. And then it's it just kept coming back to contact them. And I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to open this door again. These are repeating cycles that I don't like. And so I did. I said, it's not going to stop until I answer that call. And that's more of my spirit connection. So I was like, fine. So I just talked, and I said what I had to say, and we had a calm conversation about that. And yeah, so it's just kind of, I don't know. And then I did need to talk to him. I just needed somebody to talk to during that time. So I did contact him, and we talked about things I needed to talk about.
What do you think
And
your purpose is?
I don't know. I got focused on, maybe I'm supposed to help him get through whatever lessons he needs to learn, because I've learned my lessons. And I said, you know, it's not my job to do that.
No,
It's not my
it's
job.
not.
It's it. And I can't be stuck doing that, doing anybody else's work. Everybody has to do their own work.
You're to be a leader.
Yeah.
You are, I'm not sure if your North Node is in Aries, but you are supposed to um, be authentic yourself and lead others towards that form of sovereignty, just like
Okay.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just, you know, I'm just letting things flow right now. And my daughter's getting married, as I mentioned earlier, next month, or well, in June. And I'm going to be performing ceremony for them. And it's nice, I have my gifts coming in, and my elders are teaching me about ceremony that I'm supposed to be practicing and performing. And, and in this journey, I went back to my culture and my roots, and we formed an all women's drum group. And there's four of us now. And I spent so much time just going out and building relationships with not only other First Nations communities, but you know, other cities and communities, and we do performances and we go out and we give teachings on culture and just building these bonds and relationships with so many other people that are eager to learn about who First Nations people are.
Hmm.
And it's beautiful to share that with so many welcoming people
Hmm. And
and to drum and
your
sing.
readings can help.
Yeah. And to
Your
drum and
knowledge.
sing and
People can't do readings without understanding what they're reading. And I don't mean the cards, but understanding the truth behind them.
yeah, yeah. And
You
that's why
know,
I love how you read, because you share the story component of it. And I did talk with another reader before, and I said, just be careful because there's so many, and a lot of people, I think, during COVID learned to read just to read the cards, and they don't get the messages, and they don't have the knowledge attached to a reading. And well, even me personally, I took a step back from reading from family members because there were some things that I did not want to say, and I was supposed to say it. I was like,
so you
don't
were
want to
blocked
say that.
here.
I was like, I will not say that, and yeah, it just messed up my whole energy for the day. So I was like, I think I can refer you to somebody. And even one person, she wanted her reading, and in the message, what I heard is, "Who's the baby daddy?" And I was like, "I don't want to say that."
You
You know?
have to be okay that okay. If I can give you some advice there, it's understanding that you are doing a reading for this person, but whatever comes through is the messages that spirit has for this person. You're just a conduct. Don't take it
Yeah,
personally. In fact, it can go both ways dangerously. First of all, some people feel so. For me, when I do a reading, I completely turn it off and I just move on to the next thing. I don't think about anything, what I said to anybody. I'm not personally attached to anything I say,
yeah,
right? So what comes through has to be heard at that time for whatever reason, but I don't really benefit from it. And realistically, we're not supposed to. unless
Yeah.
there's a message for us to hear. So we are just as well an observer of that message as anybody who's listening, which
Yeah.
means hopefully they're always to ascend you, to lift you up, to heal you, to impact you in a higher vibration in some way.
Yeah.
And so if you are doing a reading where you are destroying someone, you can't destroy somebody that was already destroyed. You can only help someone build back up from destruction. So there are people who are in denial. There are people who are living in limerence. There are people who are living through their wounds. And those wounds are alive and they're holding on to that dream because without it, they are nothing. So when spirit speaks through me, that is only because it's showing a block. And in order to get to the other side, we have to look at what it's causing that person. And if you're afraid to tell them, Spirit's going to give them that information somewhere else. You don't have to feel like you're the only one who can tell them that answer. That's your choice.
Yeah.
However, if it's coming through you, you are denying that person to have that gift.
Yeah.
Don't be the one to deny somebody a gift from source, because that person, you have no idea what they have begged for, pleaded for, and finally someone showed up to deliver it and you didn't,
Yeah.
right? So you can take on karma that way. You can go and tell source, I am not ready, because you have to learn how to trust, right? So what comes through, absolutely, when people get into their heads to create an understanding of what that means, sometimes one person may read it differently than another. That's all right. But how you deliver that message is when people will go and try to process from their own wounds or their own state of healing. So, what people need to be careful of is that they choose a reader that has elevated their own soul, so that you know that you are going to get a reading that has actually been aligned with source and not somebody who is starting from a place of darkness.
Yes. Yes. And I know I even had this discussion with an elder. I said they want me to change my method of delivery. And I said I'm working on it and it's in line with this, and because I work with a lot of so what I do in my performances and my teachings, my main focus, it's out there for everybody, but I want to empower women and young girls. That's really what I'm focusing on. And but what happened is in so many of our communities, we deal with so much lateral violence. So when I take my approach, when I was out there working with the women and going to the meetings and doing my teachings and drumming and singing for them, I took a very gentle approach just because of all the violence we've already gone through. And it was accepted very well. And it's still difficult, like, and because with our women, like if you tell them, because me, I like to tell people, you know, I like your hair, you look so nice, I like your top, you're beautiful. And a lot of people, a lot of our women, they have difficulty accepting when somebody's kind to them.
Most divine feminine have a problem to receive compliments, to receive.
Yeah.
And that's why most divine feminine step into a distorted masculine to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they can't receive. They're not in
Yeah.
receiving mode.
So I took a very gentle approach. And, that's what my elder said. You have a gentle spirit. And I said, they want me to be more, put it out there and just deliver those messages and just get right to the point and talk about it. And so I said, I'm working on that. And,
I do it.
I was trying to help somebody. And, I said, I have to take a different approach with you. I said, because my mother's showing me you're like my brother. He's like, oh, thank you. I said, that's not a compliment. He was very stubborn and hard headed. Like she's telling me I'm not getting through. And I said, you want me to teach you. You appreciate my teachings, but you're not putting anything into practice. So am I wasting my time? I need you to put what I teach you into practice. It's for yourself to heal. And he's like, okay. So I said, and after I put it to him that way, and I told him as well, in your healing right now, you need to focus and pray for yourself to heal yourself. You can't be consumed about praying for everybody else to heal everybody else because you don't have enough of that energy yet. You're not at that healed level where you have to pour all your prayer into everybody else. You need to pour that into your own cup. Pray for yourself. And I'm very glad he went and he started doing that. And he says I could feel a difference right away. I said, that's good. Keep doing that. And then next thing you know, you're gonna be back there praying and healing other people afterwards. I said, but give to yourself first. And then you'll get to a state where you're ready. And then you go and you give that up. So I had to learn that too. And that was tough for me because I spent my life giving to everybody else. So I needed to take some time for me. Hard lessons,
Hmm.
but they're worth it. They're worth it.
Hmm. All
Now,
right.
will I be on a beach this summer? I'll go find another beach.
I'll be near water.
There you go. And this has been so amazing to sit and join you in your community.
Hmm.
I appreciate this. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we've been on this now. It's 178 minutes. Definitely over 2 hours. Of
See,
course,
I
I need
wouldn't
to do
know
a
the
little
time.
editing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't know the time because my live went out and then I had to log back out.
No, I
So,
know. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there is definitely some editing that would be done. So it'd be probably about 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just only because I think it's like 20 minutes I have to edit out where people don't have to see me and you struggling and trying to get you to connect. And
But it's been a beautiful Sunday joining you and
oh
all
yeah,
your
I
community.
appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. And I was very nervous because I had tried to get into a live before and I couldn't do it because I had forgot you can't do it from your laptop. And it was a good thing because I was in and out of screens and I was like, oh my God. Because I think it was her first time just letting anybody come in. And yeah, some stuff happened. And I was like, I don't think I want go into a live if stuff like that happens, and, but no, like, this one has been so relaxing and, and it was just good, so I said I need to start doing more research on, like, what to put on the channel and trying to figure out how to log on and all that stuff, but it will come in time.
Yeah, it will. I know that when you, like, even with the sound, it kind of lined up with you saying how you're concerned about saying something. Around
Mhm.
the time when we lost sound, you may have even restricted yourself and thought, oh, maybe I can't say that. So remember, there is a possibility you may have to work on your throat chakra.
Yeah.
Because I did notice that before you were really loud, and now it's like I have to listen really hard to hear you.
Yeah, but I think it's something with this tablet too, because
It
I
may
am
be my
talking
phone. I
loud.
don't know.
Yeah,
But
because
it's
my
just how
tablet,
it's
the
mirroring.
volume changed, and it's strange.
It just might be how it's mirroring. Not a big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. We could wrap it up. We could just chat. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It was enjoyable. I have Blue Moon hitting us. I really have a few things I want to do today, but I'm ready to step into my new life.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing. And I love when people feel that energy and they know things are just going to change, and they're so ready and open to receive it. And it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Like, there's not much more that can be said about it, and it's amazing. You know, it really is.
I I think myself, I was blocking myself for such a long time that I wouldn't even listen to my own self. I had to fix everybody's problems. I had to, I didn't even believe in myself. And then when I did do great things, I just always felt like I had I had a problem with every time I succeed, I felt like, oh, I don't feel that I'm living my truth.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure what it was. It just seems like something was missing in my life.
Yeah.
And I could never really find it. And I succeeded. Oh my gracious. I was so successful, succeeding in so many areas. Whatever I put my mind to, manifest it, manifest it, manifest it. I could do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
And now it's like I tick the last box. Yeah. Stepping into that new level. Yeah. So it's been a journey.
Mm. Been a journey, but the journey's not over.
Oh no, it's just beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always say, I heard this expression a long time ago, happiness is only real when shared. Sometimes we'll go through our life and be happy as can be and enjoying all of these beautiful, delicious pleasures. But we don't reflect unless we need to see it through somebody else's eyes.
Mhm.
Sometimes we manifest someone else to enjoy those experiences with so we can experience it in their eyes. Yeah. You're more than welcome to pull cards for me if you want. Would you be nervous?
No, no, I'll pull some cards. I do want to go take a potty break.
You
I'm
need
gonna
to do
run.
what?
I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real quick.
Oh.
Let
I
me drink
couldn't hear
my
you.
water.
I just couldn't hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll do
Okay.
a quick reading on somebody while you're doing it.
Okay.
All right. Who's here? I only see a couple of you here. I'm just going to do a quick reading while she's gone to the 2-minute break. Is anybody here with me? I see a couple of people showing here, but maybe they're watching. All right. I'll just do a general reading for anybody who's watching while she is disappeared for a little bit. I see there is somebody who may be in a third party type of triangle, somebody who is involved in a love triangle, maybe a possibility of somebody who is um you want it all, and you maybe um either you have multiple partners or they do, and you want it all, you want you two to grow together, and it's just not working out that way. I see here that you don't want to work hard for them, and or actually they're not doing any work for you. They are just basically doing whatever it is that they want. And here you are um accepting the friends with benefits. And that's really where this love triangle came from. What is protecting them? You know what? They don't want the conflict. For them to be friends with benefits and for them to, be with whoever they want, that's because with commitment, that causes conflict for them. And so the real karmic lesson that's here is, choosing somebody who does not want to be reliable, as opposed to choosing somebody who is going to choose you, to be reliable, to be devoted to you. You want somebody to change for you because you want something different. You are choosing somebody who's not on the same page as you. You want a future where you dream. It's called limerence, and this is where this is going with. I see this love triangle. It is convenient, and this person just wants convenience. This person only wants friends with benefits, benefits. I see, because they don't want the conflict. They don't want anybody to argue with them. They just want to be able to have what they want, and they don't want to work for it. But you, on the other hand, want something that is reliable, that's responsible, that somebody is devoted to you. And so that is the lesson, to choose that, because the shadow in you is There is this curiosity, this mental energy. You're into your head. This is where limerence is being created. Your fantasy is creating something that you think is real. But unfortunately, what's happening is that if you choose yourself fully, you will see there is nothing here with them in it. That is the part that is called a fantasy, is that when you actually choose yourself, none of them are in that energy. They never once chose you. They never once actually shared anything with you. They're not showing their emotions. They're not sharing anything but physically what they can get out of it and take it. They're not giving you anything towards this. If you stay attached to this, you're not going to get any happy surprise. You're not going to get any gifts. They're not going to give you anything towards this at all. In fact, if you let go and focus on yourself, you're going to be a little disappointed at first, but you will start being more positive. You start regaining your footing again. And I see it, you eventually start to be happy again. In fact, your person would be there. Not the person that you're attached to, but the person who will show up for you. They will be structured. They will be a protector. They will be a provider. Your soul is telling you, you want not who is mirroring your wounds, but they are saying you will get your partner. They're showing all of this for you. So the message for those in that love triangle, limerence is when this person never was involved in this relationship. So watch where you devote your time and attention, because the more that your party is on that other person, the more you're going to see where you are losing your valuable time and attention on what is important for yourself. By the way, you'll never get the apology you deserve, because this person is too selfish. All right. Back to you, Amanda.
Okay. I'm
By
not
the
very good
way,
with the
my person's name is Kevin.
Evan. Okay. I mean, this deck is calling out for you. Vice versa tarot. I don't use it very often. I'm not very familiar with it. We'll see what we got.
Hi, Eden on Earth, one Earth.
Hmm? Shamanic. Oh, sweet. Okay. So I got the Three of Wands, and this is vice versa. So it did come out on the reverse side. But with this reverse side, there's so much more light to it than on the other side. This side, he's holding an idea there. But on this side, that idea is coming in. What he's waiting for is actually coming in. And it's nice and bright. And then the King of Wands came out, and that's your divine masculine and his
He
energy,
certainly is.
that wand energy, passion, creativity. And what I really appreciated about seeing this is I was like, okay, there's her divine masculine. And then over here at the bottom of the deck, that Queen of Wands is sitting at the bottom of the deck. There you are. And you're passionate and so much courage and beauty. But there's more cards. Justice is sitting here, and she has that truth and balance. And she's sitting within that truth and balance of this divine couple that's presented. It was slow and slow and steady wins the race. And this is going to be a very steady and firm foundation that's been created, and it's coming in. Now, this, let me see. I'm pretty sure there's a king. This is the king of swords. This is in reverse. But even when I see that, or somewhere on it, that lightning, seems like it was a tower moment that happened. I don't know why I pick up tower from that lightning, and there was a shakeup. Something fell. A structure fell. But as I said at the bottom, is pulling that divine masculine and feminine together. And there's a star underneath that healing and wish fulfillment that's all being poured together. And that energy is all going together. There's a star up top too. It's a beautiful energy of healing, wish fulfillment, sharing emotions. And then at the bottom of that side of the deck is this is the King of Cups in reverse, but there's much more light with this King of Cups. So this emotion that's sitting there, it's grounded and it's beautiful because the actual right side of the King of Cups, he's sitting in darkness. So this beautiful emotion is sitting there. And that's the foundation everything is being built on, this love. Yeah, and judgment. And everything is so bright and welcoming and illuminated. And actually, for me, that seems like there's an eagle up there. And for my culture, the eagle is a messenger. He's the only one that can get closest to creator to deliver the messages back and forth. So that's what I have for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
already know it's coming in.
Yeah. No, I worked hard for it.
Yeah.
I did. And now we're just allowing our lives to merge together. Yeah. Um, all right. So I am showing here 199.5. Um, I know that there are people, we can probably do one card if we want to do a couple more, and then we're going to wrap it up because I know it's been a long. Why don't we just pull one card for each? For there's a
Okay.
couple people asking questions. We can just do one card.
All right. And maybe even if you want to do a card, and I'll pull an oracle card.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. Just because I'm looking at the list, we have RK here, we have Eden, we have Nancy, we have ethereal vibes. There's a couple of people that we asked for. Sabrina was there earlier too. So this way we're not here for hours.
Okay.
All right. So Eden out of Earth. Um, Eden out of Earth. I see here that you're expecting something. You're looking to see if you can tap into your heart center and not listen to your head. I'm seeing here that you feel that you naturally inherit um, this ability, but unfortunately, it takes teamwork, collaboration, work together. And so I feel that what's happening is you're taking on burdens of others instead of working together to heal. Like there's subconsciously, they're triggering your wounds, I'm seeing here. So as much as you feel like there is a gift that you're receiving, no, it's actually a wound. And once you actually look deep inside of where this is coming from, you'll see these cycles ending where you were always waiting. You're always looking for your person, always wondering why you didn't get the job, always wondering why you weren't chosen. It's your wound, and they're coming up, and every single time you keep on wondering if these are gifts. It's actually something in your wound. Oh, you think you're an empath, and your empath ability is actually this wound that's being triggered. So you're hypersensitive, trying to figure out if you can be safe. And once you release it, you're going to feel more in your feminine energy and not triggered constantly. It's a nervous system dysregulation.
And I got one day and focus there on that heart space you were talking about. And someday, somewhere, another time, something will come. But at the bottom of the deck was those stresses that you have to release. That's what you were talking about toward the end. And that is turbulence, tensions, and arguments. That's what you have to release. And then one day you'll get this. Okay. Next one. You want to
Yeah,
do?
I see that Eden is just validating that. She's saying how she is always trying to regulate herself through emotional freedom techniques. But what's happening is she's not seeing that what she thinks is her gifts is actually not her being in her empathic state. She may be an empath, but she's actually distorting her sacral energy, just only because she is uh having a safe place to see her wound. She actually needs to start looking at what it is that she feels she needs to validate or get some kind of recognition for. And I'm not saying it's ego, but there is something definitely that she has as pain that she needs to release. Nancy, I can't really tell you whether or not you're in danger or not. That is something that you have to see, that if you give yourself into energy that is really that type of energy, you need to understand tarot and energy and us being able to read energy. But when you're talking about something that is medical, or somebody needing police or the law involved, you need to go in that direction. Don't resort yourself to getting advice from someone who doesn't know you for medical or for legal advice. Go seek a professional
Mhm.
who can help you. If you feel that your children safety is in danger, you don't rely on a tarot reader. You go and make sure that you are safe and protected. Number one. My
Yeah.
phone is down now.
Yes, definitely contact the police, the courthouse, women's shelters. There's lots of organizations out there that can help you with those types of matters. That is for them.
Um, SP medium 11. You're looking to see if somebody looks like somebody that you may be married to or in a relationship with. It looks like that you want to know if that person is going to contact you. I don't see a renewal of love at this time. I do see that somebody is quite stressed out. And because of it, they're in a state of healing. And while they're in that state of healing, it's important for them to know that you can be safe, that they can come back to. So, what you need to do is open up the window, open up the door, let them be ready to come back in when it was time for them. But right now, they're going through a process of healing. And it's not that they're in denial, it's not that they're trying to push you away or be difficult. It's just about them trying to self regulate. And it's not going to be really fast. It's just a process that they have to go through. And while they're going through that, they don't want friendship, they just want time to heal.
Yeah. I'm aligning with that. And this is feeling out in the cold, left out, walked away. And it's a lot of very dark energy that they're going through right now. And shallow, hollow, empty, boredom. That's a lot of healing that needs to take place. That's a lot of healing that needs to take place there. And people need that time to process their healing themselves. Yeah, that's what I got.
Uh, all right. So I see somebody here likes your black hair. Obviously, maybe they don't like me, but that's okay. I won't take it personally. Was there anybody that we missed that is still here? I
Oh,
know there
thank
was a
you.
whole bunch of names that was here before we started. I don't know if RK is still here, or Sophia actually showed up when you went to the bathroom. I don't know if
Okay.
Sophia is still here. I'll do this for Sophia. Sophia, it looks like you have been really working hard at releasing that victim mindset. You're trying to be recognized for be validated. And it seems like there is quite a bit of you having to feel validated. um, you want the relationship for them to validate you, but it's something that you have to do yourself inside. It's just coming up that you're not validating yourself first. And this is really why your masculine is being a bit of a challenge right now. He feels like you just need your ego stroke.
Let your higher self lead. That's going right within, focusing on you. And once you find that quietness and that peace, your answers will all come to you. And it's going to be yourself leading you because it knows where to take you. It really does. Your higher self knows what to do for you. And observe things that are happening. Don't absorb anybody's energy. You don't need to mix anybody's energy with your own. Just let your higher self work. Just pairs up so well with what you just read. Yes.
Was there anybody else? If not, I think we got everybody.
Oh,
Well, 211 minutes. I think we
all
did
right.
good, Amanda. This is a great
And
afternoon. It was
to
lovely
close
for you
out,
to come into my home and have coffee or drinks or whatever we had, and to be able to share this community of love and messages and releasing the blue moon. What ritual are you doing tonight? Share.
me, well, I'm going to put my four medicines out and I'm going to do some blessings and I'm going to drum and sing and I'm going to write down some things I have to release and I'm going to burn them and just get rid of it all. What are you doing tonight?
I do have to write down a few things that I need to burn. I'm going to get a jar of water and
Mhm,
I'm going to put it in the moonlight.
mhm,
And in that jar, I'm going to put in some bay leaves, some cinnamon, some cloves. I'm going to put in a few little coins and I'm going to put in my wish.
Oh, beautiful. I
Yes.
like that.
Yeah. And it's going to sit under the moonlight. And I'm putting my stones, all my stones are, I'm going to put some of my favorite stones out with the moonlight.
Yes, I usually put my decks into the windowsills.
Your decks. I
Yes.
have a few, but you know what? I have a bunch that may not. I may very well set them on my windowsill because this moonlight just actually my whole side of my building is all lit up. So yeah, I might even put my decks in the windowsill too.
Yeah, and just get them all cleared out and ready for some more reading. Then yeah, and I got to put my water out too. And in the morning, after I let that water sit out, I am going to take my ashes and go put them to the earth and put some water down on.
All right.
And I did pull a little for the collective. Look for the divine, and at the bottom of the deck, change your story. That works so well. You look for that divine, and it will change your story.
And get outside.
And get
Go for a
outside.
walk.
Yes,
Go for a hike. Go for a bike ride. Whatever it is, just get outside.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to do that in the morning because I can drum and sing from home. But I like after I go for my walk in the morning. I like going up to the woods and I can sing as loud as I want because I have a very loud voice when I sing. And
Hmm.
yeah, I just go out there with nature and I either take my rattle or my drum and I go out and I sing.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up now. I have to go to the washroom now myself.
Okay.
We're going to wrap it up for anybody. I'll try to edit out that first little bit where we were struggling at trying to get both of us up here. However, lots of messages in here for everybody to hear. Lots came through, and some for the general collective. And so, if you feel like you missed your card, you may have even had one pulled for you. Never know. So, everybody go back, listen to the messages. This has been a beautiful afternoon. Lots of beautiful messages came through. And for all of you, God bless. Keep loving yourself, keep believing in yourself, and you are loved, you are nurtured, and you are safe. All you have to do is align with that. And thank you, Sunshine. You were here probably the whole time. God love you. Love
Yeah.
you all.
Thank Bye. Take care, everybody.